When you get stuck, you get stupid. I'm not saying you are stupid, but for me, some of the dumbest decisions I made was because I got sick of being stuck. So I'm gonna just do something. Sick of this. You know when you hit send? Oh no. Unsend, 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 unsend. I'm gonna invent the unsend button. But when you get stuck, Elijah came in our room the other night. This was Friday night. And we were both asleep. We were off duty on parenting for the night. And our office hours are, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's off duty. And he comes in the room laughing, and we were both asleep. And he's like, "You're not gonna believe this." He's laughing. And he had gym shorts, mesh elevation youth champion gym shorts hanging from his braces. He said, "Get it off, get it off." And I was going to, right? But I said, "First, let me get a video." Real quick, let me show you this. Shh, listen.
It's stuck on my teeth. Ow, ow. I just pulled my whole brace out. Yes, look. Bruh.
Cuz I wish you would look at your neighbor and tell him when you get stuck, you get stupid. Maybe don't date anybody for 6 months until you heal from the last heartbreak. Because when you get... I'm in Exodus 14. When you get stuck, you reach for stuff. You reach for the stuff that you flushed. When you get stuck, when you get lonely, when you get hungry, when you get tired, when you get stuck, now I got the whole thing hanging out my mouth. Now I got a rainbow vacuum cleaner. Now I got a timeshare. When you get stuck, I didn't do it because I didn't love God. I did it because I was stuck. And when you hit the sticking point, everybody's like, "Come on, rejoice. I can't. I'm stuck." I'm stuck in a memory. You ever stuck in a memory? I'm stuck in a pattern. I'm stuck in a generational thing that started before I ever came to the planet. I'm stuck. I get stuck preparing these sermons. It's horrible. I'm not playing now. I know I've been showing you, like illegal footage of my children and everything in church. Orthodontist is going to kill me Monday. He's a great orthodontist too, Dr. Hull. Y'all should look him up. He's great. He's got to fix that tomorrow. We're gonna have some business for him. But when I get to prepare these sermons, I get stuck. And it's horrible because the sticking point, it makes me want to just give up on everything I've worked on. Please don't think that I'm preaching to you about preaching. That's too meta. I'm preaching to you about preaching because that's where I get stuck, and I figured you might get stuck sometimes too. I mean, when I go to prepare, it'll just be moments where none of it makes sense. For everybody that's 40 and older, like when you had antennas on the TV and you could see the station, but not fully, because you were watching your neighbor's HBO before you got saved, before BC. It's under the blood now. But it'll scramble, And I won't even know where to start. I'll be like, I don't know what to say. I'm preaching about Moses coming through the Red Sea, and I already preached about that before. They already know they got through the Red Sea, so this spoiler alert won't be interesting. So maybe I should start it with Abraham, because it's Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and then Joseph went to Egypt. And he never meant to get trapped in Egypt. He went there to get food, but sometimes you get trapped where you went to get food, and sometimes the place where you go to survive is a place where you get stuck. Maybe I should start there. But I already preached that a couple weeks ago, and they probably remember that, because they come every week. They don't ever miss. That's about the burning bush, because he went to the burning bush and the bush was burning up, but it wouldn't burn up. It would just burn. It wouldn't burn up. And maybe that's like us in South Central. Your presence comes and our passion stays alive, even though we go through stuff and we burn, but we don't burn up. And the proof of your presence is the fact that we're on fire, but we stay on fire, even though we go through all kinds of hell. Yeah, let's do that. I'm talking about the bricks and the straw, because, it's really good to be talking about hallelujah. Sometimes you have all the mud, but you don't have the straw, and so you got to go get your own straw. And you didn't have a dad, so you try to be a dad, and you don't have what you need to be what you're trying to be, and the devil uses that as condemnation, try to keep you stuck in a slave. And then after that, man, I'm like, oh my God, I need a nap. And I would just feel like I don't know where to preach this sermon on Sunday. And I'm stuck. And I get so stuck, I don't want to say anything. How y'all doing? Praise the Lord. And I figure you get stuck too. Even if you don't preach sermons, I figure you go, I got to have this meeting at the kid's school, and I want to go down there and talk to the principal, because I don't think the principal's being fair to my kid, but I don't teach my kids sometimes that people aren't fair in life. Sometimes you got to let them go through things. Maybe they need to learn how that. I figure you get stuck sometimes. I figure you get stuck too sometimes. It's a sticking point. And this is not the first time that you've been stuck. And this is not the first time Moses was stuck. And that's the good thing about it. If he did it before, I just want to keep you breathing today, because I know you've been stuck. If he did it before, see, we get stuck not always at the external circumstance. Sometimes we get stuck in ourselves. Sometimes stuck is a state of mind. Chicago is a nice city, but you weren't supposed to be in Chicago. Sometimes we get stuck not in where we are, but where we were supposed to be in our plan for our life. And so I'm stuck, not necessarily in what it is, but in what I thought it was going to be. I get stuck in supposed to. You ever been stuck in supposed to? My kids were supposed to be valedictorians. I was supposed to be married still. I was supposed to. It can be very painful. I was supposed to, by now, my retirement went out in 2008. I was supposed to be ready to quit working by now. I was supposed to be married. My roommate got married, and she's crazy, and I'm a good person, and I'm a Christian girl, and I sing in the choir at Elevation Valentine, and I'm supposed to be married. Some of us are stuck in what we think we were supposed to be. You get stuck. You can get stuck in a season. Every time in fall, I start to feel a little drained from the ministry of the year. And then depression can come in, because it's the same. And then everybody else in the church is feeling the same way. And then I got to preach to y'all. So I grew up in the low country of South Carolina. You don't know where I'm going with this yet. Hang on. They used to take their trucks out on Friday night and get stuck on purpose. Called it mudding. But I found out something now. You don't get stuck in anything shallow. If you feel stuck, that means you're in the deep stuff. Maybe God is doing something deep in your life when you feel stuck. Maybe when you feel stuck, you're building strength. I mean, that's the only way you really build strength, right? Is to get to that sticking point. To get to that point where you can't push through. I know you lift weights all the time, P-Way. How much you bench press? 535. All right, 535. I'm making this up. I didn't hear what he really said. But he's big. And he's in there. I used to have this spotter in high school. I didn't bench press 535, but he would stand over me, and the moment I started to struggle, he would just lift the whole weight off of me. I thought, well, man, that's not a good spotter. That's not a good God. To never let you have any weight. That's not a good God. To never let you have any challenge. How would he grow your faith? No, see, a good spotter, you're on rep 11, right? 535, rep 11. And I'm just a little stuck. And God is standing over your life. I need you to know this. And he sees where you're stuck, that sticking point. And he says, I'm not gonna take it off of you. I'm gonna give you a lift. Have you ever had God be your spotter? I declare the God of angel armies is standing over your life. And if you feel stuck, he will do what you cannot do. He is your strength. He knows how to get me past the point where I'm stuck. But now watch this. You may not like this. The first sticking point that Moses encountered was not Pharaoh. The first sticking point that Moses encountered, and maybe the greatest one, is that he tried to negotiate with God. And he got stuck. He got stuck at the burning bush before he got stuck at the Red Sea. God's like, I chose you. Now he's already stuck tending sheep for his father-in-law, Jethro. He'd been doing that 40 years because he got mad at somebody and killed him. Because when you get stuck, you get stupid. And so now he's doing something that's a consequence of his decision. And then the Lord speaks to him. He's like, I chose you. Go to Pharaoh and tell him, let my people go, with the hand motions. Did you go to Bible school? Pharaoh. Okay. And so Moses is stuck. He's like, give me chapter 4, verse 1, Exodus 4, verse 1. I need to show this because you might be stuck in yourself. He said, but behold, they will not believe me. But you hadn't even talked to them yet. Or listen to my voice, for they will say, the Lord did not appear to you. Now there's two things about this that are wrong. One is on other people, and two, it's about a future event. You can't control either. So he's stuck. And he's stuck for good reason. It's because he knows himself. He knows Moses. You know you. And to negotiate with God is usually like, nah, I better not try that. So I'm stuck in myself. And he's already, isn't this crazy? He's telling himself a story of what's gonna happen. You ever been stuck in a story of what's going to happen? Wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, just like, I'm in a king-size bed, everything's good. Got the most beautiful woman in the world sleeping next to me. I'm screaming. I'm stuck in a story of what might happen tomorrow or what has happened before. You ever been stuck in a story? Have you ever been stuck in yourself? Have you ever been stuck in a story about yourself? I mean, rejection is painful, but Moses takes it to a new level. This is not rejection. He rejects himself before anybody else has the chance to. This is like advanced level rejection. This is prejection. Huh? I'm not even gonna try. It's the story of my life. Everything always goes wrong. And I see this. I don't want to do a dating seminar. We already did a negotiation seminar. When you ask her out on a date, like, I know you probably don't want to, but you gotta have some confidence to it, man. Walk up to her like, hey, I didn't know if you wanted to go Tuesday or Wednesday. Come on, I'm helping you. Name your kid Larry. That's my legal first name. But Moses is like, I can't do this. I know me. I don't have it. I can't do it. He's stuck in a story about himself. Now, the bigger story does not revolve around you. Remember that. When we get stuck in ourselves, we miss the whole point that God is doing something that is bigger than you. It's bigger than what's wrong with you. It's bigger than what you didn't do. It's bigger than the time you wasted. And it's certainly bigger than the opinions of others.